Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be this Glamorous witch. I did post this exact makeup on Instagram and I decided to film it for you guys. A lot of you guys said that you wanted to see this look because this is something that you'd be interested in wearing for Halloween, and I totally agree. I obviously was going for the Halloween vibes with the purple and the orange, the green, and then the black lips. Now this is the hairstyle. I didn't film this because this is the hair that I had literally yesterday. So I just kind of threw it in there. But if you do want to dress up as maybe a witch, you can just throw in a little hat and just call it a day, and then you'd be like a super glam witch. Now the only thing that I was missing was the perfect liquid lipstick, a black liquid lipstick. I didn't have one, but I totally just made it work with whatever I had. So if you guys want to know how to get this glamorous Halloween slash glamorous witch makeup look, then just keep on watching. Hey guys, so we're starting off with clean skin as always, and I'm just going to prep it. I'm going to apply my Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Gel. This is just my absolute favorites. This is what I use all the time underneath my makeup just because it is a gel base, so it absorbs into my skin really nice. I'm going to go into the Black Radiance Complexion Perfection Matte Primer, and I'm going to apply that pretty much all over my face because I want to prevent any oil. If you are going to go out that night, you want to make sure that you apply a good primer just so you don't get oily throughout the night and you don't look shiny. After that, I'm going to go in with my NARS All Day Luminous Foundation, and I'm going to spray my brush with a little bit of setting spray. And I'm going to be dabbing this onto the skin first and then just blending it as always. I use the color Syracuse, which is just a tad bit, it's just like a hair darker than my actual color. But as you can see, it blends everything well. So now I'm going to go in with the LA Girl Pro Conceal. We definitely want to conceal any dark circles. Even though we are going to be a witch, we want to be a glamorous witch. So make sure you cover your circles with anything you have. Now I'm going to go in with my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This has been my go-to for the past month. And taking a beauty blender, or this is the Real Techniques beauty sponge, I'm going to make sure to blend everything. So now I'm going to go in with my Nye Banana Powder, and I'm going to start baking that concealer. Again, if you're going to go out all night, you want to make sure that you are creaseless and that everything just stays put. So I'm going to go ahead and bake the face. Make sure that it will also control the oil, and it'll just make it look really nice and bright right underneath my eyes. So I'm going to let that set, and I'm going to move on to the eyebrows. I'm using the NYX Pomade, and I believe I use the color Espresso. I will leave it linked down below, but I'm just pretty much just drawing in my eyebrows like I normally do. Once I'm finished with the eyebrows, I'm going to go ahead and dust off that powder that we just set on the eyes. You can totally leave it for longer, or you can just leave it for a minute. It's really up to you. After that, I'm going to go ahead and bronze up the face, taking this color on the NYX palettes. And I'm going to just chisel out my cheekbones because, again, we want to be super glamorous. So I'm going to make sure that my cheekbones are really nice and chiseled out and contoured. And then I'm going to go ahead and take that also to my jawline because we want to be super structured with our bones. So just contour pretty much wherever you feel like you need to contour. I'm going to take that same color and I'm going to bring that all up into my forehead just to balance out everything else. And I'm going to go back and blend out that contour just so it's not so harsh. And again, I'm just going to go back with a big stippling brush and I'm going to make sure that there are no harsh lines and that everything is nice and blended. Now I'm going to take my SmashBox 24-hour photo finishing primer. This is my absolute favorite primer, hands down. If you have oily lids, you will love this. I'm going to take my NYX eyeshadow base in the color Skin Tone. You guys know this is my bae, like I love this stuff. So I'm just going to prime my lids and blend it out with my finger. Now I'm going to take this brush right here and I'm going to go into this color. This is by Coastal Scents in the color Violetta. It's a really nice purple color and I'm going to start applying that to the upper crease of my eye. Since we are going for a cut crease, I'm trying to bring it as high as possible and then winging it out because we are again doing a cut crease. So I want to make sure that it's almost like a cat eye. This brush, oh my gosh, you totally need it in your life. It's by Beauty Junkies and it is the perfect tapered blending brush. I will have their information down below, but I'm obsessed with this brush. Now I'm going to take another NYX eyeshadow base and this is a white one. It is so creamy. I just picked it up and I love it. I'm going to take a flat brush. I'm going to start carving that crease. Make sure you take your time and that you don't rush through this because you don't want to mess up. You really want to take that crease, or you want to start cutting that crease right where the hollow of your eye socket is. That's where you really want to just cut that crease. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and clean up. Then I'm going to go back into that NYX eyeshadow base again in the color Whites. And I'm going to be applying it all over my lid and taking it up to that line just so we can get a really crisp and clean line. I'm going to take this NYX Avant Pop eyeshadow and I'm going to grab the orange one. I obviously don't know my colors. And I'm going to apply that on top of the whites, but first I'm going to blend it out. And I just feel that with any bright colors, a white base always makes them pop. So I'm just going to apply that all over the lid. Now I'm going to go back into the crease and I'm going to pick up a pencil brush. Again, this is by that same brand, Makeup Junkies, and their brushes are hands down amazing. They're literally like dupes for Sigma brushes. I will have a review of them soon, so make sure to stay tuned for that. But I'm just pretty much going back into the crease and I'm going to define it a little bit more just so that line is a little bit more obvious. And I'm going to go back into that tapered blending brush and I'm going to start blending those colors again so everything flows nicely. So you'll have it looking like this. Now I'm going to go back into that base and I'm going to apply it to the inner corners of the eye. This is just going to prep them so we can apply that green color. And I'm just going to blend it and make sure that it's nice and in there. Now I'm going to go back into the NYX Avant Pop eyeshadow and I'm going to take this lime green and I'm going to just pack it onto the inner corners. It really depends on your personal preference on how thick and how high you want this, but you know, I gotta do it and just singing a little. Back to business. So now we're gonna go ahead and blend that color. I'm gonna take this the e.l.f. glitter primer and I'm going to apply it on top of that green, and I will be applying a green glitter. Just use whatever you have. These were from Michaels. These were not meant to be on your eyes, so just use them at your own risk. Now I'm going to move on to the eyeliner and I'm going to be drawing a pretty dramatic wing. I'm trying to go with the flow of the cut crease that we have going on. So now that the eyes are done, I'm going to go ahead and apply my lashes. Now I'm going to move on to the lower lash line, and I'm going to be tightlining with a black eyeliner. Use whatever you have. This is one by Marc Jacobs. It is amazing, so creamy and so pigmented. I got it on a sample forever ago, but I absolutely love it. And I'm taking that pencil brush and I'm going to smudge it. And I'm going to just apply mascara, and then we can move on. Now I'm going to take this Luxie Beauty Kicker, and it's again just like a primer for your highlights, and I'm going to be applying that on the highest points of my cheekbones. After that, I'm going to go in with a highlight that matches it, and as you can see, I applied way too much, so I'm just trying my best to blend it. This highlight is by TLS Cosmetics. It is absolutely breathtaking. I will leave the name down below because I don't remember it off the top of my head. But then after that, I'm just going to apply my black eyeliner. Again, just use whatever you have. I wish I had a liquid lipstick that was in the color black, but I didn't, so I just made it work. I will have all the info in the description bar. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!
Is your idea of being nice?